Once upon a time, in the vast and sprawling savanna of Evergreen, where golden plains stretched endlessly under an endless blue sky, there lived a mighty lion named Leo, known far and wide as the King of Beasts. Leo was revered not only for his courage and strength, but also for his wisdom and fairness. Yet, even the mightiest kings can stumble. It was a warm afternoon when Leo decided to visit the great watering hole, the lifeblood of the savannah. Animals from all corners gathered there, elephants bathing, zebras drinking, warthogs cooling off in the mud, and high above, perched in the branches of an ancient baobab tree, Tuitina, the robin, nested with her 3 chirping chicks. As Leo approached, his golden mane glowing like molten sunlight, he felt a strange swell of pride. He wanted everyone to know who ruled this land, not out of arrogance, but because he believed it was his duty to remind them of his presence. With a deep breath, he let out a thunderous roar that echoed across the plains, shaking leaves from the trees and sending ripples through the water. At first, the animals froze, startled by the sound. Then, they resumed their activities, accustomed to Leo's occasional displays of power. But Tuitina, sensing danger, clutched her babies close, her feathers trembling. Unsatisfied, Leo strutted closer to the baobab tree, his shadow falling over the nest. "Hear me, creatures of the savannah," he boomed. "This watering hole is mine. All who drink here, do so under my protection." Tuitina fluttered nervously. "Great King," she called timidly, "we mean no disrespect. We simply wish to raise our young and quench our thirst." But Leo wasn't listening. Blinded by his own ego, he roared again, louder than before. The force of it sent Tuitina spiraling into panic. She scooped up her chicks and fled, her wings beating frantically as she disappeared into the horizon. Silence descended over the watering hole. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Leo watched the retreating form of Tuitina until she vanished among the distant acacia trees. A strange sensation crept into his chest, a feeling he rarely experienced: guilt. That night, as the moon bathed the savannah in silver light, Leo lay awake beneath the stars. Images of Tuitina's frightened face haunted him. Why had he acted so rashly? What kind of king scares away those he is meant to protect? Determined to make amends, Leo rose at dawn and set off on a quest to find Tuitina and her family. He searched every corner of the savannah, calling out gently, "Tuitina, please forgive me. I've made a grave error." His journey took him through dense thickets, across roaring rivers, and into shadowy ravines. Along the way, he encountered other animals who shared stories of Tuitina's bravery and kindness. Each tale deepened Leo's resolve to right his wrong. Finally, after days of searching, Leo found Tuitina in a hidden grove near the Crystal Falls, a place few dared to venture. Her nest rested safely among the branches of a towering ficus tree, surrounded by lush greenery and cascading water. When Tuitina saw Leo approaching, her heart raced. She shielded her chicks instinctively, her voice trembling. "Great King, why have you come?" "I've come to beg your forgiveness," Leo said humbly, bowing low. "I was blind to my actions and cruel in my words. You and your family belong here just as much as I do. Will you ever trust me again?" For a long moment, Tuitina hesitated. Then, seeing the sincerity in Leo's eyes, she softened. "We were afraid, Leo," she admitted. "But we understand now that you didn't mean harm. If you truly regret your actions, perhaps we can return to the baobab tree together." Relief washed over Leo. "Thank you, Tuitina," he said gratefully. And to prove my commitment, I will rebuild your nest myself." With newfound determination, Leo set to work. Using his claws and teeth, he gathered twigs, leaves, and soft grasses, carefully weaving them into a sturdy new nest. Other animals joined in, inspired by Leo's humility. Elephants carried water to keep the materials pliable. Monkeys fetched vines for reinforcement. Even the smallest insects contributed by weaving delicate threads to bind everything together. When the nest was complete, Tweetina inspected it approvingly. "It's perfect," she declared, her eyes shining with gratitude. "You've proven yourself worthy, Leo." From that day forward, Leo became a different kind of king. No longer did he seek to dominate through fear. Instead, he led with compassion and understanding. He established rules to ensure every creature felt safe and valued, creating harmony throughout the savannah. Word of Leo's transformation spread far and wide. Stories of his redemption were told around campfires and whispered in the rustling grasses. Though he would always remember his mistake, it taught him a valuable lesson. True strength lies not in dominance, but in empathy and service. Years passed, and Leo grew old, his once golden mane tinged with gray. Yet his legacy endured. Under his guidance, the savannah of Evergreen flourished, becoming a haven for all creatures great and small. And whenever young lions asked about their ancestor, the elders would tell the tale of Leo the lion and his big mistake, the story of how a king learned to lead with love rather than pride. And so, Leo the lion's name became synonymous with wisdom, humility, and hope. For even the greatest among us can fall, but it is in rising again that we discover our true strength.